Hey, welcome back to 5 Pillars of Business Success for a Startup. I'm Brett Hirsch. I'm your instructor for the course, and this is for startups. I said this is your boot camp. This is your basic training. This is where we get you in shape so you can go out and create a successful business and hopefully come back and learn a lot more about the 5 pillars and how to apply them to growing a successful business. So pillar 2, the customer experience. Second pillar of the 5 pillars, you can see it there doing its part, holding up business success, because all 5 are required to have a successful business. We're in pillar 2, the customer experience. Now, the customer experience, okay, this is one of the more difficult concepts for many owners to grasp, but it is absolutely vital to the achievement of business success. The goal of the boot camp, pillar 2, the customer experience, our goal is to help you understand what an experience is, the basics of what an experience is, and start you on a path to creating it for your customers. That's really the overall goal. Hopefully you'll come back and learn a lot more about the customer experience, because it encompasses a lot. It encompasses everything that comes in contact with your customer, because that is what creates the experience. However, many startups, particularly small business owner startups, don't realize how vital and how key this is to achieving business success, the customer experience. Okay, let's start out with a basic principle. Now this may seem a little unusual to you or a little weird how we go through this, but this is really, the whole goal of this is to change your paradigm. Remember, the purpose of the boot camp is I want you to change the way you think about business, and particularly the customer experience is hard to grasp. So I want you to consider these principles. The basic principle of the customer experience is customers don't purchase your product or service. There, laid it out for you. They don't purchase that. They can get that from anyone. They can get that product or service from anybody. They can get it from anywhere. So they don't purchase that. What makes them choose you over everybody else? That's the whole purpose of the 5 pillars, this pillar 2 in the boot camp. Don't purchase product or service. What they purchase is, they purchase the experience of buying that product or service from your business. Okay? Don't purchase your product or service. They purchase the experience of buying that product or service from your business. So the whole purpose of this segment is really to help you internalize that in a few different ways, because once you start thinking like that and understanding that is the reality, and it is the reality. They purchase the experience, not the product. Product has to be good, but that's not the tipping point. The experience is. Let's move forward. Part of that principle is customers purchase why. They purchase why. They don't purchase what? That's kind of a continuation of what I just said about purchasing experience, not a product. They purchase why. Okay, let's compare what versus why. Okay, I want to ask you 2 questions. First question, write this down. Get your workbook out. You have a workbook, get it out. What product or service are you offering to your customers? Write it down. What are you offering them? What thing are you offering? What are you selling? You selling pizzas? You selling real estate? You selling tax returns? You selling advice? You selling financial advice? You selling houses? You're selling plumbing services? Whatever that is, write it down. What product or service are you offering your customers? Okay, that's your what. Now, question number 2. Why should your customers purchase that product or service from you? Go ahead and write that down. What makes your product or service so extraordinary that they should choose you over all the other choices? Write it down. Okay? So, if you could be customer, don't say customers. You can't say customer service. That's not a thing. Okay. All right. So why should they choose you? That's the whole purpose of this, the whole pillar. So I'm not trying to put you on the spot there, but that's the whole purpose of this. Customers purchase why, not what. Why, not what. Follow me here. Your business, all businesses, every business on the face of the planet, and that's really what makes capitalism so great, what makes small business so great, is we all exist to fulfill a need or a want. You're taking this course because you want to create a successful business. Your business is going to fulfill a need or a want for somebody else. It has. That's why we exist. We exist to add value to the lives of others. Your customers have many options, however, when it comes to satisfying that need or a want. Your customers choose for a reason. They choose one business over another for a reason. Why should they choose your business? There's your why, not what. Why is what your customers buy. Why is really what you sell. Why wouldn't you sell what your customers are really buying? They're buying why, not what. So let's help you drill down on why here. And I'm going to ask you a couple questions. I want you to write this down. You can come back and watch it later. You can go through the workbook. You can do whatever you need to do. Or you can just watch the video now and then come back and do it later. But this is a little exercise we do in our longer courses. One of many, many that we do. But what product or service do you sell? We just went over that. So what product or service do you sell? You already have that. Now let's get into benefits. What result, what benefit does your product or service provide your customers? Go ahead and write that down. If you're a plumber, your pipes don't leak, whatever it might be. You're an electrician, your house didn't burn down. You're doing haircut, you're a hairstylist or a beautician, you want your customers want to look good, you want to feel good. What benefit? What benefit? You're preparing tax returns, you're cutting people's taxes, you're making sure they're not audited. Hopefully you are. Whatever that is, what benefit do you provide? Everybody has a benefit. So that's question number 2. What result does your product or service provide? Question number 3. Go ahead and write down all the options. Now, I'm not big on studying the competition, but this is more we want you to understand. What options? It may not even be your competition. The biggest, for many folks, I know accounting, I know class action, I know quite a few businesses I've been involved in over the years. Oftentimes, their biggest competitor is someone doing something on their own. So what options do they have? I mean, you can even think about, if you're a landscaping business, folks have many options for that. If you want to keep your grass mowed, you can get a bunch of goats on your grass and take care of it. What options do they have, to obtain this benefit? Remember, it's a benefit they're after, okay? Not necessarily product or service, to obtain that benefit. It may not be your product, there may be competing products or services that provide the same benefit. Okay, why should your customers choose you to provide for that benefit, your product or service to provide that benefit over all others? Why is the customer experience? There is that question. Your answer to the why is really what you're selling. That's the customer experience. Is it digging in? Are we getting in there? Are we getting in there? Are we filling this up? Okay, why is the tipping point? Okay, why is the tipping point? It's the reason a customer chooses one business over all the many, many other options they have when they're making a purchase decision to satisfy a need or a want. It's the tipping point. It's why they choose. So it's what they're really buying. It's what you should be selling. It's what your business should be selling. Why not what? That's the customer experience. So I want you to go through a little exercise here, okay? Go through a couple real quick ones, okay? Which motivates more? What you're selling or why customers choose? Think about that, okay? I'm going to back up here a sec. What is a physical thing? What you're selling or what you do, product or service you're providing, why customers choose. Which is a motivator? What or why? If you think about it, why is an impetus to action? Why is the reason something happens? This isn't the longer course, this is the boot camp. We go through a lot of psychology in the other one about why versus what, but I just want you to think about that. Why is a motivator, okay? Now, here's another exercise for you, real briefly. You can come back and watch this later, but this is one of the mental exercises we use to really dig in this customer experience and why is so important. I want you to visualize yourself. You're on Main Street, your town, small town USA, 1950s, whatever. All the buildings look the same on the Main Street, okay? And all of them, believe it or not, they sell the same product, service as you do. You've got right on through, you got 3 buildings right beside each other. All of them sell the exact same product or service to the exact same customer, exact same target market for the exact same price, okay? Now, your business is in the middle. Why would someone walk by these 2 businesses selling the exact same product, exact same price? Now these represent all the other options that customers have to satisfy a need or want. Why should they bypass these 2 here, walking from here or here? Why should they walk past these ones selling the same product or service? To choose your business, okay? When you answer that question, you discovered what you're really selling. Now the why factor principle, customers have many choices. And do not choose solely. Your product's important. Don't get me wrong. You have to have a quality product or service. But they do not choose that product or service solely. That's your what. What they choose is, why they choose one business over another, I hope this is sinking in. What they choose because of the experience of obtaining that product or service from whoever they choose to buy from. That is the why. That's what they purchase. They purchase the experience of obtaining that product or service from, hopefully, you get done with these 5 pillars, they're going to be choosing your business. Okay? Understand the customer experience. That's it for this section. Next, we're going to start going over some more valuable information about the customer experience.